So if you want to try to get the seller to seller finance, which we really push seller financing, then we just run our numbers this way. And then the owner financing right here, you can see that, when you're running your numbers, this is what you really need to know. You need to know what is the down payment going to be, what's your interest rates going to be, and how long of a balloon and is your loan going to be for, and then what is the amortization. Okay, so if you want to try to get the seller to seller finance, which we really push seller financing, then we just run our numbers this way. So you can see that we offered a little bit more money for seller financing because the thing is with bank financing, the DSR is not that important. I mean, sorry, but is very, very important. You want to know what the DSR is. Whereas in seller financing, who cares about the DSR, right? Um, so we always offer a little bit more money for the seller financing, but we always have, and this is kind of our basic offers is like, okay, 10% down, 15% and 20% down. And then we start with 4.5, and 5% interest. And then we run our numbers at 10 over 20 years. But the truth is these three offers are, this three offers could be like a plethora of different numbers. I mean, you could have different offers. You could have different down payment, different purchase price, different down payments, different interest, different balloons. You could change this to interest only. You could change, you could do, there's like a million different ways that you could run these numbers. So you just have to try to come up with what is the best number that works for you based on cash flow. But then also what is the best number that works for the owner based on what they want as well too. And you can ask the owner, you could be like, hey, so I'm going to do like a couple of creative deal structures. Like, do you have a mortgage on this property? Is like the down payment really important so we can pay this mortgage off? Or are you okay with getting maybe a slightly bigger mortgage payment? And a lot of times they'll say like, look, I need to be making $6,000 a month or whatever. And so then you just run your numbers based on like what their needs are. And this is just a conversation that you have with the owner. Especially what we do is we kind of start off with this kind of an offer here, and we'll just do like a very generic offer. And then they say, oh yeah, I'd be interested in doing some seller financing, but and I say, well, then just tell us, like, was any of the ones offers that we gave you, were they close to what you want, or is there something else that you need? And then you just start really negotiating with the owner. But that's how you play around with these little calculators here so that you can come up with a whole bunch of offers. So we came up with a $510,000 cash offer, and then we came up with $600,000 owner financing offers. And then we also ran the numbers going to a bank and came up with, like, that's how we came up with the $510,000. It's because we wanted to make sure that, we could afford the mortgage. All right. And then, so these numbers are all populated on this like financing inputs page, and you can see there's like the cash on cash and the net after the mortgage, and like, what your terms are, how much money the owner is going to make if they sell or finance is a super, super important number. And so you could say here, pay off the total paid. Like, so if he took offer number one at $600,000 at 20% down, 4% interest, he would make $756,000, right? So he'd make an extra $150,000 in interest just by seller financing the deal. So we really pushed that. We really try to get the owners to understand. It's like, look, I could pay the bank that, or I could pay you that. Why don't you just let me pay you? And then you could always change the terms of the balloons. Let's just say, hey, I'll do that for 5 years. It's like, okay, well, then in 5 years, you'll make $87,000. All right, and you could play around with all these numbers. You could do all kinds of stuff. And if you want to have a lower payment, you could say, look, what if I amortize it over 30 years? If I do a 5-year balloon and amortize it over 30, you're going to get $2,300 a month. Is it okay if I pay you $2,300 a month for the next 5 years? And then after that, I'll either sell the property or refinance out. And a lot of times they're open to this. So we always we run 5 different offers at the same time. Okay, is what we do.
Hey everybody, this is Stacy here. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am here to teach you how to get your foot into this industry. You're watching this video because you want to learn how to get started in self-storage investing, or maybe you own facilities and you want to be a better manager, a better owner. That is what I do, is I teach people how to do that. So please like this video and also subscribe, hit the subscribe button, because that's what YouTube wants. So in order for me to get out the word on how to get started in this industry, I really need your help. Again, I appreciate you listening to me, and I'm here to help you on this journey, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.